Today is the day. I'm wearing a hat, I am filming in my room, my hair is wet, and I have a new pocket watch. It's beautiful. Just look at it. It just came in the mail today and it's so great. Okay, so now back to what this is really about. I am writing a book. You may find this shocking. It does not have a name yet. Now, I promised Rainbow Coda, this is for you, finally doing it, to inspire my writing and to get me to actually finish because I have a problem with not finishing things. I'm going to read out chapter by chapter, once I finish them, once every month, the whole chapter. I'm going to read out each chapter month by month as I finish them. So today I bring you chapter 1. And shall I begin? Angry again. Always angry. Why is it that whenever someone gets me mad, I just run off? A little confrontation isn't so bad, right? Of course, anger always comes from Mr. Gallant's stinking history class. And this time, I wasn't going to take it anymore. I simply stood from my chair. "Miss Dunners, what do you think you are doing?" he retorted. I never knew how hard it was to utter a single word. "Leaving," I said through gritted teeth. "Sit down, Miss Dunners," he said. His eyes grew darker with each passing second. I remained standing, picked up my bag, and somehow managed to calmly walk out the door. As soon as I'd cleared the door, I fled. I ran at near top speed straight to the library. My library. The one that nobody goes to unless their teachers force them to. There aren't even any librarians. I settled down in the big chair in the back corner, and here I am, my eyes closed, breathing hard, and finally, I open my eyes and take in all the dusty old books when I see him. A boy. Sitting at a table across the library, with long, curly, dark hair falling in waves over the sides of his face. He's holding a little black journal in front of him, which wouldn't be strange at all if he were actually looking at it. But instead, staring straight at me with these huge green eyes. They seem too big for the rest of him, which almost seems too small. I mean, how old is this kid? Like 12? "Hi." Just one syllable, but somehow in that one word, I detect something else. Something different. "I'm a Tret. Yeah, Tret," he says. He looks a bit confused, but adds a big smile as if to reassure me that he knows his own name. I just stare at him with a confused and almost accusing glance, with 1,000 different sarcastic remarks running through my head. "What's your name?" he suddenly adds, furrowing his eyebrows into a look that almost hides his recognition of her. Almost. I'm taken by surprise, somehow, but manage to stutter out, "Darcy. I'm Darcy." "Is that all?" he asked, his disappointment clearly showing. "Yeah, well, no, it's just Darcy." "Are you sure? You don't seem sure." I just stare at him for a while, not sure how to respond, so I finally just stand, grab my backpack, and walk off, all the while trying to keep a straight face. But of course, lifting my old orange backpack too quickly causes the bottom to rip, and all of its contents to spill out on the floor. "Oh, come on!" I yell out. Before I can even realize what's happening, Tret's zipping across the room and gathering up my loose papers and messy notebooks. But suddenly he drops everything and snatches up my sketchbook, and runs back over to his table. "Hey, give it back!" I yell out at him. He doesn't respond. He just stands with his thin shoulders hunched over, rummaging for something in a large bag, which I swear has only just appeared on the table. "Come on, you little gillywit, give it back!" He finally turns around and looks me right in the eye. I'm not really sure how he does this, because I'm at least a head taller than him. He's holding my sketchbook and a little black journal from earlier. He hands the journal to me, just a leather-bound book tied with an orange string. It's nothing special. I don't see what the big deal is. "Go on. Open it," is all he says before turning to my pile of junk that had fallen from my backpack. I untie the string and open up to the page with a marker. 3 very detailed drawings are on the page. The first is of the library's front door, flyers and all. The second is a sketchbook that oddly resembles mine. And the third is of an old orange backpack with a big rip in the bottom. I turn around, suddenly a bit scared, yet so annoyed with this strange boy that it's as if I can feel sparks running along my fingers. When I turn, I find him standing directly in front of me. I hand back the journal with wide eyes and few words. "Who are you?" I ask. He responds with a question. "What's your name?" "I told you, it's Darcy." "No, I mean your full name," he retorts, leaning back against a bookcase like he owns the place. "My full name is Rebecca Darcy Lennon Dunners. Happy?" He examines the book, and one of the biggest smiles I've ever seen spreads across his face. Yes, I am extremely happy. He's practically jumping up and down with excitement. "Oh yes, this is just fantastic." He's hugging the journal to his chest and running back to his big black bag. What? What is it? I feel exasperated and confused, and all I want to know is who the hell this kid is. "Look!" He quite literally screams into my face. Very loud. He holds up the journal, and I see that it almost looks as if it has scorch marks. No, it actually does have burns running across the newly cracked leather. "It's you! It really is you!" His smile hasn't faltered in the slightest, and somehow he's at my eye level. I look him up and down and try to figure out what's wrong with him, and I nearly scream. He is floating. I mean, literally floating about a foot off the ground.